Number 10, don't dance in front of them. Back in 2017, a tourist was standing in front of the St. James Palace and decided to shoot a video of himself dancing. Except his dance moves didn't impress the guard and he quickly got yelled at with one of the thickest Scottish accents I've ever heard.
Oh! Get yourself away! You can't be done that you're studying at all! Do it, man!
Number 9, don't get in the way. When the guards are on their routine marches, be sure to keep them in your view because if you happen to stand in their way, you're probably going to get ran over with no regards for your safety. But hey, at least you'll get a loud warning. I've mentioned that you have to be very respectful towards the Queen's guards and all of her properties. But did you know that this also includes their own horses? In a video in front of the palace, a woman decides to take a photo in front of one of the horsemen, but instead of just keeping her distance and taking a photo, she decides to grab the horse's mantle, and this is what happens next.
Step back with where he's left on! Not touch the ring!
Number 7, don't touch them. A tourist decides to do the very last thing you should do with these guards, and that is to touch them. He decided to not only follow the guard very closely, he imitated them, and then decided to give him a touch on his shoulder. Why do people want to test these people? Do they forget that they can literally shoot you dead if they wanted to? Here's the video.
Get back from the Queen's guard!
Number 6, obnoxious students. This group of students visiting from the Netherlands decided to pay a visit to Windsor Castle back in November 2012. Except instead of a regular visit, they decided to act in the most immature way, and this is exactly what happened when they did that. Remember guys, don't be rude when you're visiting another country. Number 5, don't stand there. When you're visiting the castle, make sure to know where you're standing. If you happen to be in the wrong place, this may happen to you.
Get back!
Number 4, get back. This is another video of a tourist not knowing his boundaries, and the worst part about this video is that they were told to get back before this. They still went up close to take a photo and hope that Instagram post was worth it.
Get back! Get back!
Number 3, get off the fence. Not even children are safe when it comes to the Queen's guards. You disobey their orders and boundaries, and I promise you, you'll get yelled at. The sad part about this video is that the guard gets laughed at the end. Like imagine you go through all this intense training, perfecting all your movements and mannerisms, then you do your job perfectly well, and you still get laughed at.
Get off the fence!
Number 2, knocked over. This video shows the moment a member of the Queen's Guards knocked over a baby while marching. This occurred at the Tower of London, and all I can ask is, where was his parents? Number 1, even the baby. When I say no one is safe from the Queen's Guards, this also includes babies. So for all you mothers, don't be like this one. At number 10 spot, we have stopped touching their horses. When people visit the UK to view everything royal, it seems like they can't help but touch it. Maybe they want the powers of the monarchy, or maybe they're just being downright disrespectful. This Queen's Guard had to yell as loud as she could in order to get this tourist to stop touching their horse.
Get out the reins!
First of all, these are active serving service personnel and could legally stomp all over you if they wanted to. Second, this lady is standing right in front of everyone who wants to take a photo there. So she's entitled and wants to cause issues by touching the horse. When will these tourists learn? Number 9, during a parade. During the trooping of the colors, which is a parade tradition of British infantry regiments since the 17th century. The Queen was strolling in the parade when all of a sudden a man came out from the crowd and tried to assault her. Other than the fact that this guy is crazy to go against all of these guards, it's a wonder the Queen manages to stay sane with some of these people. She literally looks so calm after this ordeal that would make many of us shaking out of our boots. At number 8 spot, we have a ready firearm. I won't lie, this clip is pretty wild. But it also acted as a reminder that the Queen's guards are allowed to shoot their firearm if you choose to disobey their commands or be completely disrespectful to them.
Чтобы, не дай бог, не потерять. Тёма, не унесли где-то. Тёма. Тёма.
Stay off the back!
Yes. Whoa.
At first, I thought the Queen Guard did not want them to record the video, but by the end of the video, he clearly tells them to get off the fence. The video is longer than shown, but before the clip, the guard was already warning them to get off, but they were completely clueless and just stood where they were the whole time. At number 7 spot, we have personal space. Everyone needs their own personal space, but you are legally bound to give the Queen's Guards all the space they need, except when ignorant tourists visit England, they believe they can do whatever was allowed in their own countries. It seems like many of us don't know a thing about personal space, because when I saw this clip, all I could think was, why do you need to be that close, especially to one of the Queen's Guards?
Get back!
The guard tells the woman to step back, but she's completely oblivious, along with the girl behind the camera. The girl in front of the camera can be seen smiling, and the girl behind the camera can be heard laughing. And in my opinion, and probably 99% of others, this wasn't funny at all. Number 6, stop standing in the way. As we see on countless videos online, the Queen's Guards march in specific routes and they expect you not to get in their way. Except some still believe they are entitled to the space instead of these fully serving soldiers. This is by far the lightest punishment you'll get for doing this, because most of the time you'll probably get shoved right to the ground. I just find it crazy that the guy has the audacity not only to stand in their way, but to fire back with some comments of his own, saying something along the lines of, "I don't like to move, just move around me." I think the real hero is the patience these guards have, especially with this additional disrespect. Couldn't be me. Number 5, crowd of tourists. Just remember guys, if you're going to London, please know that these guys in the fuzzy bearskin hats are fully trained and specialized soldiers that are actively serving in the British Army. I don't know how many times I need to say that, but people just seem to never understand. A crowd of tourists in London found this out the hard way.
Fight one!
Come on, tourist.
Despite the fact that they got out of the way, it seems like there's still no respect, especially with the guy flaring his hands up. You can even hear a remark in the background of someone calling out to the tourists. Make way for the Queen's Guards, guys. Number 4, push the way. In 2018, this video was shot showing another outcome that follows after you get in the Queen's Guard's way. The saddest part is that there's a literal rope separating the crowd from the single guard. And this lady happens to be standing on the side of the guard. Can I get an eternal facepalm? Number 3, don't imitate the Queen's Guards. So now we know that you can't stand in their way and that you can't stand too close. But what if you decide to imitate one of the Queen's Guards? The lesson of this video is that when you act like a fool, you'll get treated like a fool. Number 2, intoxicated man versus horse.
Get back! Get back from the Queen's lifeguard!
This guy had no idea where he was, what he was doing wrong, or what his name was. I mean, that's what it looks like in the video alone. The guard completely acted as he should, but still the man was very hesitant to let go after being yelled at. But hey, all thanks to the random stranger that pulled the intoxicated guy away, because I don't really think he would have let go if no one came to rescue. Number 1, get out the archway. When you're visiting, just stand where the crowds are and remember to stand behind any sort of barrier, because this will happen to you if you decide to snoop around on your own.
Start clearing the arching!
That's so cool. My kids will tell that at Christmas. We will.
She laughs as if it's funny to be caught trespassing. Hopefully one day we can finally respect them and their space.
The Queen's Guard is the royal security of Buckingham Palace. They are most well known for being extremely stoic and never reacting to people, or at least they try to. Sometimes they get a few Karens that try to get a reaction, and today we are counting down the top 10 Karens who messed with the Queen's security guards. In this first clip, a Karen has thrown her glove at this guard and expects him to pick it up. Someone who works at the palace approaches the woman and asks why she threw her glove. He berates her by saying the guard serves the country and isn't there to be made fun of. The nice man then grabs her glove for her, and you can see the royal guard stomp the ground, clearly disapproving of her actions.
Why would you do that? The army's here to protect the crown jewels. They're not here for public to make fun of. Right? He's a soldier. He serves his country. He deserves to be treated with a little bit of respect. Throwing your gloves at him isn't going to work, is it really? Guys alone, please, guys. That's big.
Here we have another lady attempting to get a reaction out of a royal guard. This time, she's dancing all over the place and keeps staring back at the guard, seemingly expecting him to join in. As she dances, her friend films the whole ordeal to make fun of this poor soldier, and he understandably stomps his boot, repositions his rifle, and walks off. In this clip, we have a pair, Bria and Chrissy, who actually managed to make the royal guard smile. The pair go on and tell jokes, saying they hate Americans just like the guard does. He eventually does actually smile, stomps his boot, and walks off. The pair then asks if they can kiss him on the cheek, which he replies to by a simple nod of the head.
I'm here with my new friend. We've been hanging out all day. We were talking about potentially going to get some drinks later. We've had a busy day, and we've hung out with the Queen, so I'm trying to remember. We've done so much today that I can't even remember everything we've done. Oh my god, you must hate Americans.
You gotta speak up, Bria.
I hate Americans for you. I'm really sorry.
Hey, if you stand in their way, do they get out of your way? Oh god, Bria. I don't think you should do it. Oh god.
Start clearing the arches!
Oh god, I'm so scared of him. He's not gonna stab you, Bria. Why don't we stand just in front of him? Come here. Ready? He's a good sport. Alright. Maybe we can see his. Alright. Yeah.
This has to be really entertaining for him, I hope.
Hopefully. Yes! Oh my god, I can't believe you did it. You're awesome.
I love you. Did you get that on film?
Yes. Oh my god, we got a royal guard to bring Karen.
Next up, we have a Karen standing completely still and mimicking the royal guard standing still. It's clear that a royal guard is approaching her from behind and his path is set. Anything that stands in the way of a royal guard will be pushed out of it, and that's exactly what he does here to the Karen who is mimicking him. Here's a man who knows how to make people mad. He walks up to the guard and gets very close, insulting him and dancing as if to ridicule the guard, and you can watch the rage meter of the guard fill up as he snaps, and he throws a punch at the man.
I'm not being harmed, just, it's fun. But he can't do nothing, he can't do...
Listen, he's doing his job, don't be an idiot.
He can't do nothing.
This teen seems to think he's friends with the Royal Guard in this video. He walks up and down the road with him, all the while copying the guard's movements, swinging his arms and such, and all is well until the teen reaches over and places a hand on the guard's shoulder, on the side where his rifle is placed. The guard is having none of this and points it vaguely in the teen's direction to scare him.
His gun is jammed. Can you see the knife on top of it? He can't shoot.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
In this clip, we have a tourist with headphones taking a very close selfie with the Royal Guard at his post. All is well until the photo is done and the tourist walks off for a moment before coming back to attempt to touch the guard's nose. Before he touches it, the guard shouts out to not touch the Royal Guard, and the tourist quickly backs off. Here we have a couple of kids making a fool of the Royal Guard, actively laughing at him and intentionally leaning on and touching the fence. The guard stomps his way to the kids and shows them just how scary he can be, yelling at them to get them off the fence. Here's another reason to not stand in the way of the Royal Guards. In this video, we have a woman along with a whole cluster of tourists standing in the way of a Royal Guard. It doesn't seem like they know they're in the way until the guard yells out to stand clear, and he completely shoves one woman who didn't react fast enough. In our last clip, we have this woman who wanted a picture with the Royal Guard, but got a bit too close for his liking. He balls up his fist, stomps his boot, and shoves her away. This obviously scared the woman, but no one got hurt, so all's well that ends well, I suppose. Thanks for watching.